So we talked about it last week, Banana Force, this new third-party company, and how they're going to be doing a kind of Revoltech style Fire Convoy, a.k.a. Optimus Prime from Robots in Disguise, car robots. And very quickly, not long after we discussed that, there was another announcement from their Facebook account talking about their Banana Force MPL-02 God Armor, also known as Car Robots God Magnus, a.k.a. Robots in Disguise Ultra Magnus.
Yep.
And it's pretty cool that now we're getting pretty much the combiner counterpart of the other individual. Now, just looking at this visually, it honestly, I'll be honest with you, like this reminds me more like just from like if you showed me a silhouette of this, I would have thought this was Star Saber. I'll be honest with you. The wings, the shoulder, like Victory Saber specifically, the wings, the shoulder cannons, sporting the big sword. I mean, obviously, if you kind of twist and turn stuff in a different way, it does look more like God Magnus or Ultra Magnus from RID. Yeah. But I mean, the way that it's kind of displayed here, like if this was a silhouette, I would have guessed this was Star Saber. Like, I mean, even the sword that he's carrying obviously is the Super God sword.
Exactly.
From Car Robots or Robots in Disguise. But it's just like, it's kind of funny the way they're doing it here. And supposedly, while even though this figure, just like the Optimus Prime, is like a Revoltech, it doesn't transform, it's just a standalone figure, it does combine with the Optimus to make God Fire Convoy, or I think it was called Omega Prime in the English version.
If you actually click on the link there, Optimus Prime from Car Robots in Disguise 2001 cartoon, it'll actually take you through a more detailed post in TFW where you see it like they kind of give you like a colored version of it where it's combining, and then also if you scroll down
you can see how it looks.
So which is pretty cool. It's pretty interesting too.
It's pretty awesome. I dig that they're going about it that route, that you could still like do the combining. They could have just done something where it's just two separate things and that's that. I mean, I think it was kind of a given, because I know that many years ago, the Mega SCF PVC line, which was this PVC line, this is like before even Revoltech existed. This was like 2001. The Mega PVC line, they did a whole bunch of like the leaders of Cybertron, just non-transformable figures. They did Optimus Prime, they did Rodimus, they did Megatron, they did Starscream, but they also did Star Saber and Victory Leo. Now those two individuals didn't transform, but they came with all these interchangeable parts that, even though they didn't transform these two individual toys, they combined to make Victory Saber. So it's kind of cool that they're also doing something like that here too. And I mean, I'm not a big fan how God Magnus looks on his own here. Again, like just the way that I'm kind of hoping that those wing pieces could fold back down.
Or like, maybe come off.
Or come off. Well, see, that's the thing too, because if it comes off, right? Anyone who owns the Car Robots God Magnus or Ultra Magnus, he had a weapon called the Blue Bolt, which was like a double barrel gun and stuff like that. Which
it came from, like in front of him kind of thing. So that's what the two barrels there.
So I'm kind of hoping that maybe this whole wing assembly with the double barrel gun comes off and kind of is a updated version of Blue Bolt. And that way, like, cause like if you imagine it without those wings and the cannon, then it looks like a God Magnus. You know what I mean? Like,
I think again, it's just more stylized than we're used to. Cause I mean, he can have wings that kind of, you know, poke out from his back, but this is just more prominent. This is more like blah,
well, it was kind of like the old toy, like,
and I'm very much sure this is on like completely intentional and on purpose.
Oh yeah, well the old toy too, like it had the kibble that made the like,
and then you can also twist. I guess they're the tracks in the trailer mode. You could twist them. You could turn them inwards to get that wingspan going.
Yeah,
and I think if you really wanted to, you could like flip them out for extra wing. I think, or I think they were folded the other way around, so you technically couldn't do that. I can't remember, and I don't have it on hand right now.
But this is really cool. I really dig this.
I dig it too.
Yeah, I
I
think
dig it
this
too
is
because it's looking at his knees. It's everyone's just like, why would you look at his knees? It's like the knees are the exact mold of his actual knees in the original toy. Like they're pretty close, and I can like imagine them being colored in the tail light colors.
yeah, and you can see
Um,
kind of also how the combining works too by
yeah,
looking at those
exactly. Like
knees.
I don't find it too bad. Like I remember the original toy. His forearms were kind of chunky, just so that they can accommodate when you add them on to Optimus Prime. So like I kind of dig. It's just again, it's more stylized. Certain things are more embellished than normal, but I dig it. I dig it for what it is.
Oh yeah,
I like that they're going in a different route and they're not trying to be the exact same thing that we've seen over and over, which was the pretty on spot on like best representation of that toy kind of thing. So
well, not to
I
mention
like that they're
not too long ago we had the reissue from Japan too.
yeah,
We had the
exactly.
2-pack, so it would already be retreading something that was just recently re-released again too.
Exactly.
So it would be something different. And I'm actually very curious what the combined mode like how it really looks in its finality, because it
Yeah.
would be really cool to see it holding the super god sword and everything. It'd be or whatever the Matrix blade as it was called. It just would look spectacular. And I mean, combined it'll be larger too, so this is a really cool piece. I'm really looking forward to when we see more of this, because this is something that speaks more to me. It's one of those things I don't see Hasbro doing. You know what I mean? Like we got getting that reissue that we got from Takara recently tells us a lot about probably in the immediate future what they're going to be doing with those characters.
Right.
Meaning like, oh, you want that? Here, we'll give you this for now. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's the same thing. Like if they would have given us a reissue of Armada Optimus Prime, that would probably tell me what they plan to do with that character in the immediate future. We won't be getting any kind of an update anytime soon.
True.
It's so this really gives us what we need for people who are a fan of car robots or robots in the skies. Really was a golden age for Transformers after the Beast Machines
Yeah, it was
era.
return to form basically.
Yeah. So this means a lot to a lot of different fans that were, especially like the early internet fans in like, let's say 96 to like 2001, before TFW 2005 really got into the full swing of things here. Back in the day when it was transfandom.org. But yeah, this is awesome. This is really cool. I'm looking forward more to Banana Force's stuff, and maybe they'll continue doing more car robot characters. Maybe we'll see a JRX.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
That's another
That's another one that's not coming back.
that's another crew of people, like the JRX team. Like just nothing has been updated those guys, since the initial.
Like
so
if they were to update it, I would say like take out the see-through plastics.
Oh, yeah.
probably,
Well,
and put in something sturdier.
that was a problem with the original Japanese one. They kind of fixed it a little bit with the American one. They made it better, but it would be really cool to see updated versions, because again, that's something I don't see Hasbro doing. Like, hey, do 3 bullet trains. It's like, oh my god, like, they would be like, no, we hate bullet trains. Like getting trains are a big deal in Japan, but here it's just like, oh my god, like I'm surprised JRX was sold as 3 individual like toys. Like
Yeah.
that's fascinating to me, and not doing a box set in America. But
And
anyway,
not even doing a reissue box set even on top of that.
oh god, yeah. Well, again, J4, J6, and J7. I forget what their names were. Midnight Express, Rail Racer. I don't know what the dub names were. But yeah, like either way, those guys too would be really cool. So Banana Force, if you're listening, hey, maybe do some JRX later. But otherwise, this is really cool stuff. I'm really looking forward to the finalized color images and everything.